Secret Service emergency response team during the Bush and Obama administrations. I'll get it eventually. Barry Donadio. Barry, thanks for being here this afternoon. A guy with your experience, it takes a little bit of a title there. Barry, the president set a hard deadline for today for Iran to open up the Strait of Hormuz. As we told our audience yesterday, that deadline's now been extended. Let's get a little bit more into the details here. What might have led to this extension? Do you have any ideas? What does it allow for as far as terms that the U.S. can strategically, take on some, different objectives? And then when it comes to Iran on the diplomatic side, what options might this extension give to them? What do you think?
Thanks for having me. Great to be with you again. The way I see it is the United States controls the Strait of Hormuz. We have total air superiority over it, as well as naval superiority. I think what Iran has is simply the threat of doing something to any shipping that is going to pass through. But make no mistake about it, there are ships going through. They're trickling through. Right now, the last time I checked today, there's one from the Marshall Islands coming through, and they're friendly to the United States. There's been ones from Barbados, Aruba, even India. So I think we're dealing with the threat of the Iranians being able to get a potluck shot with one of their ballistic missiles and actually hit one of the ships. So that's really the problem, and that's why you have the bottleneck of ships on both sides just kind of not wanting to go through the strait and not take the chance until there is absolutely no Iranian threat whatsoever. But President Trump seems to be putting a pause on some of our missions there to give the Iranian regime a chance to start to see the writing on the wall that their days are over. It is done for them. And the sooner that they realize this, the sooner that the rest of us and even the people of Iran can move on to freedom and peace and security in the region, the Persian Gulf, as well as the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, but there is some concern about ground troops. The Wall Street Journal reporting that the Department of War has a plan to send 10,000 additional ground troops to Iran. And, of course, we've been following this Axios report about a stark warning of a final blow. What do you think this means with troops on the way, this final blow language that's coming out there? What could this mean in the near term? Are we going to see troops on the ground from the U.S. and potentially Israel in Iran?
I think so, because there's not going to be any other way to get rid of the regime. You're going to have boots on the ground by somebody friendly that's going to have to go to the presidential palace there in Tehran and take control of the government once this regime falls. Now, there's been talk before this day that it could be the Kurdish or it could be an Iranian force that's in hiding that's against the government that we'll be using. It's looking more and more like it's going to be the good old United States Marine Corps, and I'm okay with that. I would say they're going to need more, and I've heard reports that the 82nd Airborne is mobilizing as well. So I would expect the Marines, they're probably going to work to secure some of the islands off the coast of Iran in the Persian Gulf. Karj Island has been brought up, so I would see that happening, and maybe some locations on the coast where the Strait of Hormuz can be threatened by any land forces that could go on the shore and maybe attack shipping.
Okay, I've only got about 30 seconds left, but you're saying you for sure expect troops on the ground, and then from a timeline standpoint, any guesses, and I know this is an open-ended question, loaded question, how long do you think it would be reasonable to expect boots on the ground? I got about 30 seconds.
I would say we would expect boots on the ground within a month, and that's the best assessment, and then an end to the war entirely within 3 months of today. That would be my best guess.
Understood. I appreciate you being willing to be specific. We always love that. Barry Donadio, thank you for being with us this afternoon.